I mean, I think it's interesting, like having Muslims united by a solely religious leader, because I feel like that would work better than having a both political and religious leader. So I find that interesting, and like how there is a solely religious like leader unifying one like ummah, I guess. Yeah.
Today we are here in the streets of New York City asking New Yorkers how the Muslim Ummah can become one. Do you think that the Muslim Ummah is divided?
A lot. There's a lot of sectarian issues, cultural issues, political issues. There's a lot going on.
Can you name me like one thing that divides us all? Like you mentioned sex, you mentioned cultures. Can you expand on that?
There's like a lot of sectarian issues. You have things like political issues. So like Saudi Arabia has like their Wahhabism thing, and a lot of neighboring countries don't agree with that. They like Yemen has a lot of Shias, and Shias don't agree with Wahhabis.
Well, I would say so. There's a lot of different sects in the Ummah, be like Ahmadis, Sunnis, Shias. They all have different beliefs, and everybody believes in their own different set of values.
What do you think is needed for the Muslim Ummah to be one?
I would say for sure we do need a figure to like kind of combine everybody together, because right now everybody is very divided and there's a lot of hate and animosity towards each other. So we definitely need like someone who can kind of hold everybody together, but that someone needs to be somebody that all different sects respect.
I know you know about like Hazrat Abu Bakr, Hazrat Umar Farooq. What if that same system was established in today's day and age? Do you think that that would make a difference?
Well, I don't know about the Caliphate working in this day and age, because the Caliphate had to be both religious leaders and political leaders, and the Muslims aren't. Well, there's so many Muslims in the world and so many Muslim countries in the world. I don't think they could ever be politically unified in the same way they would ever be religiously unified. So I don't know if we would ever have a modern day Caliph that would actually be followed by everyone.
Would this leader be like the king of all the worlds, or how would that work? What do you think?
I wouldn't say be king of the world. I would be seeing more of like a preacher, someone who preaches the values of the Quran to everybody and tries to bring everybody together into one belief, not into a bunch of different set of values that go against each other and contradictory to each other.
Right?
So
they follow the same pattern.
So just like you said, Hazrat Ali's there, Hazrat Umar's there, Hazrat Abu Bakr's there.
But they don't make any kind of differentiation.
Exactly. What if I told you this already exists?
What's that?
I said, what if I already told you this already exists? That there is a leader, and he follows the same exact teachings as Hazrat Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
I would be surprised. I'm not too aware of a leader like that existing.
I'd be interested in knowing about it.
He is a khalifa of the Ahmadiyya Muslim community. What would you say to this?
The ahmadiyya?
Ahmadiyya.
I don't believe this one.
Why?
Because there's a lot of differentiation between them and Muhammad.
So, in the Ahmadiyya Muslim community, there's a Caliph, right? His name is Hazrat Mirza Bashir Ahmad. We believe he's appointed by God, and he unifies everyone. There's people of the Ahmadiyya sect in UK, Germany, Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, whatever it is. What are your thoughts on this?
That's interesting. I didn't know about that, but the fact of the matter is, like, I need more substantial proof to believe that he truly is like a God-sent messenger, you know?
I mean, I think it's interesting, like having Muslims united by a solely religious leader, because I feel like that would work better than having a both political and religious leader. So I find that interesting, and like how there is a solely religious like leader unifying one like ummah, I guess. Yeah.
The ahmadiyya?
Ahmadiyya.
I don't believe this one.
Why?
Because there's a lot of differentiation between them and Muhammad. Okay, he claimed as a prophet. They pray is different. Okay, and their belief is different. They don't go to Hajj the way they do it.
Astaghfirullah. We believe in Umrah, we believe in Salat, we believe in the 5 daily prayers.
That's alright.
Are you no like that's not ठीक है अस्सलाम वालेकुम जज़ाकल्लाह.
So that's actually quite funny, because we've experienced this ourselves, and I'm sure any other Ahmadi has as well, that when we approach people and we tell them we're Ahmadi, there's a sudden aversion. Like they just don't want to talk to us, they sort of run away, they don't want to...
You know, it is weird, and of course it's the effect of the ulama, that they're feeding so much hatred against Ahmadi. So there's sudden like, oh, you know, Ahmadi, run away kind of thing.
But from these videos, we do see that when they actually have the dialogue, actually have the discussion, we talk, by the end of it, they actually end up agreeing with majority, if not all, of what we're saying.
And they don't have to agree, but at least they understand
exactly
where we're coming from.
It makes sense to them, basically.
So, like, if we just backtrack what the brothers were saying, they were saying, look, there's clear sectarianism, disunity, political issues. Muslim countries are all against each other, right?
It's becoming even more clear since this whole Palestine issue, October the 7th. Exactly. It escalated a lot more. And now we're starting to see that the Muslim Ummah is very divided.
They can't do anything.
They're not coming together.
But look at it with the Palestine issue as well. They can't do anything, and they're not doing anything, right? Exactly. You've got the OIC, you've got so many Muslim organizations, but they're clearly not doing anything. Yeah. Then the journey, basically, then they're like, yeah, we need a figure. Yeah. The brother tells them about khilafat, right? Yeah. And what's interesting is one of the brothers says, it can't be political khilafat, right, and spiritual khilafat at the same time, because Muslims can't ever unite politically, right? And he's got a good point there. First, and he says that, I understand there could be a spiritual khalifa. First, we need Muslims to unite spiritually, right? Yeah. Then the political elements come later on.
That's the only way they can unite spiritually.
Exactly.
And that's literally the only way.
Exactly, and we have that. With the Ahmadi Muslim community, our khilafat is spiritual. The Imam Mahdi and Messiah of Islam, he came in a spiritual capacity. So our khulafa are also spiritual, right? But that's not to say that they don't speak to politicians and guide them towards Islamic teachings, right? But I find that really interesting that the brother understood that we can unite spiritually.
And when he did understand that, and when he actually even said that, it might even be better if we have a spiritual leader, because that's the only way that we can all be united.
Yeah, exactly.
And we, as a Muslim Ummah, we need to really focus on these things. We need to better ourselves as an Ummah. We need to become more spiritual, find God, and that's the only way that we can actually establish peace in the world. Yeah. And we can all unite on that.
Unite on that, exactly. And it's happening, alhamdulillah. Yeah. It's happening through the Ahmadi Muslim Khilafat. Yeah. Right, it's been over a decade now. A century, not just decade. Yeah. And that's what we're calling our brothers towards.